Happening today, a new inclusive playground is set to open at Vancouver's Marshall Park.
The city is partnering with Harper's Playground to build a fully accessible play area. Cody Goldberg is the co-founder and executive director of Harper's Playground. He joins us live this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. So first and foremost, let's just talk about what is Harper's Playground. Tell us about your organization.
Well, we're a nonprofit organization founded back in 2010. Harper is my daughter. She experiences a disability, and when we took our first walk to a neighborhood playground, she got stuck in those wood chips that surround typical structures, and my wife and I decided to do something about it. And now we're dedicated to making sure everybody like Harper is invited to play.
Yes, this is a great concept too. I've seen some of the designs for Harper's Playgrounds. This is not the only Harper's Playground in the Pacific Northwest, right? You have others.
Yeah, we started in North Portland at Arbor Lodge Park, and the next several were there in Portland. And we've expanded as far away as Tokyo, Japan through a partnership with Nike.
Wow, that's incredible. So let's talk about this latest playground at Marshall Park. You have a groundbreaking ceremony happening today. Tell us about the plans for this playground.
Well, this is an extremely exciting project for us. It's the largest we've ever been involved with, and I think has the most interesting details. It's got a firefighter theme, and we're actually putting a real fire truck into the design.
That's fantastic. What's some of the feedback that you get from parents and families when they bring their children to these play areas and everyone can get involved?
I think it's really, there's twofold. We do hear from families experiencing disability who it's the first time they've ever been able to play. And of course, that's very gratifying because that's why we were started. But we hear from kids who experience no disability whatsoever that it's their favorite playground too. And I think that's the real magic of inclusion. Inclusion is really only possible when it works for everybody.
Yeah, let's talk specifics. Give me an example of one of the play structures or play areas that would be changed in order to accommodate more people inclusively.
Well, I think, Ken, it's primarily a key feature for us is a hill. It's an AstroTurf covered hill that is accessible to the very top through ramps. We call it the Harper's Hill. And ultimately, through the science of play, it is known that unstructured play is the best kind of play. It's really where kids direct their own play. And a hill, a natural form, allows them to decide if it's a volcano or a castle tower. So it's much more imagination, but they can roll, slide, jump, wrestle. And it really works for kids of all abilities at the same time. So the hill is a primary piece for us. We also put an elevated sand table so kids with disabilities can play with wet sand. And that's a pretty special feature as well.
That's really, really neat. So not only is the ground and some of the area itself more accessible, but I know you've made some changes to structures you would typically find at a play place too. You know, we think about parks often having swings or a slide. Talk about some of the ways that those are being redesigned to be more inclusive.
Well, basically, we don't put a big structure at all. We put individual pieces, each one of them totally accessible to get to, but we still put swings, we still put climbing features, bouncing features. But ultimately, the word is playground, not play structure. Playgrounds were always intended to be environments, not necessarily structures. That was an outgrowth of a profit model that's really, its time has come. We need to get back to creating spaces that really work for everyone, that celebrate everyone's differences, and ultimately that encourage everyone to play together, not with inanimate objects, but together.
Yeah, that is just a great concept. As I said, I've seen a lot of the renderings and just a great job. Cody Goldberg with Harper's Playground. Congratulations and thank you for joining us on AM Extra.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
You as well. And the groundbreaking ceremony starts at 10 a.m. at Marshall Park today. For more information about Harper's Playground and other inclusive parks in the area, you can check out this interview. We'll have this and other resources posted. Just click on the AM Extra section of KOIN.com.
Now,